Welcome to another e-learning quick tip. In this quick tip, we're going to take a look at setting your time zone within Canvas. I have two windows here. The left one is the instructor window, and then the right window here is to see what that looks like on the student end. For this example, I have my instructor time zone stuff set to Pacific time, and the student is set to Eastern time. So if I have an assignment that I set according to my Pacific time local clock to be due at the end of the day, assuming the student has their time zone set in the same way that I'll show you here, they will see their adjusted time relative to their local clock. It's the same time, they don't get more or less time for the assignment, it just displays the due time according to their local clock. So there are two places I can actually change the time zone. One is for the course, and then one is basically setting my display time. Let me show you what happens if those are different. So let me change the time zone at the course level by going to the course settings, and then there is a drop down here. One reason I might leave my time zone, my display time, as Pacific but still change it to Eastern time. Let's say all my students in this course are in the Eastern time zone and I want to set my due dates or be able to see their due dates relative to their local clock. So maybe I want them due at the end of their day. This will let me see when that is when I set that. So I'm going to leave that or set that to Eastern time and update this. I'm going to leave my personal time zone at Pacific, and I could change that, and your students can change theirs by clicking on their picture icon or their circle icon and going to settings and then changing it here. So if I have my display time in Pacific and the course time zone in Eastern time, then if I go to edit that assignment, I'll just remove the due date that was at the end of the day Pacific time when I set it. I'll go here. It will still set the time relative to, I'll click out of this so you can see. It'll still set that whatever I put here will match my local time and then will be adjusted here. So if I wanted it, this is where I can see without being on the student side what time that would be. Oh, I actually wanted it to do, 3 hours earlier, so I'd subtract 3 off of here and do a bunch of time math. And now if I set that, now from my Pacific time, those are going to be in by 9 o'clock if I wanted to start grading, but it will display at their time zone in Eastern time at that 11:59. So that's a reason I might set the course time different than my time. But I'm going to come in here. Most of the time I'm going to be setting my due dates relative to my personal location, like where my college is. So I'm going to come in here to my personal settings, change that time from Pacific to Eastern, for example. So if my college was on the East Coast and my course was on the East Coast, I'll update that setting and go to edit this. Now I'm not going to see two different things because the course and my personal time end up matching each other. So with my student and I now both being listed as Central Time and having that as our display time, then this would show up at that 11:59 p.m. And that's how you set course time zones and your personal display time zone within Canvas.